Good evening, everybody. I'm going to try to make this quick. After a very long wait, I finally got what I've been waiting for. My brand new Wilson Combat Stealth. Let me do a safe. This is hands down probably the nicest firearm I've ever owned. The gun is basically designed for me for a carry option. I went with all the bells and whistles basically. I have another Wilson Combat which I'll safety check for you. This is his bigger brother. It's the Tactical LE by Wilson Combat. I've done another review on this one before. Very nice gun, but this one has just about every modification that I've wanted for a firearm. It has basically the round butt treatment so that when you carry it, it doesn't print off of your shirt. It's a compact model, which means I naturally have small hands, so this one fits in my hands just right. The pinky doesn't overlap. It just fits perfectly for a hold. I had them, flush cut and reverse crown the barrel. I had the extra D-horn added to it, not the extreme. The extreme kind of looks like a melted chocolate bar. This one's just the extra D-horn where they take a little more attention in smoothing out the edges. I had the barrel, I don't know if you can see it very well, but the barrel, let's get it closer, has been fluted. That's mostly just for cosmetics. And then the slide pin stop has been recessed so that when I put Crimson Trace on these, which is exactly what I'm going to do, sometimes the laser beam can be affected by the slide stop pin hanging out. I opted for the fiber optic green, which is good for daylight picking up, and I'm going to use the Crimson Trace for nighttime. I just think it's going to be a better option. The gun is a 7-round magazine, flush fit. It comes with a 8-round that sticks out the bottom. I'm not going to carry it like that, obviously. They did a 30 line per inch front strap checkering. The smoothness of this is typical for Wilson Combat. Is just absolutely, it's like two sticks of butter sliding against one another. The trigger, like always, is 3 1/4 to 3.5 pounds. Wilson Combat says. I don't have a gauge to measure it, but yeah, I'm just at a loss for words. I absolutely 100% love this firearm. I even love the grips, which is kind of a shame that I'm going to replace them. But I don't know if you can see it very well. It's the Coca-Cola Starburst pattern where it's got these little lines running through it. It's such a beautiful firearm. The slide to frame fit is perfect. Nothing hangs over. They just put so much attention into one of these. I'm getting a Milt Sparks holster that is going to be an inside the waistband carry. So I am going to carry this. This is going to be a carry firearm. Some people would disagree carrying something so expensive, but I've come to trust Wilson Combat, explicitly. This is my my bed table gun where it sits on the nightstand right next to me, and I trust this gun with my life as well. And it too has a just perfect trigger. They really know what they're doing over there. But this is a little bit too big to carry, so I basically went for, like I said earlier, a carry model with the round butt heel. I opted not to get ambidextrous safeties I'm not a fan of ambies, so I went single-sided. It's got all bulletproof parts, so there's no cast parts or whatnot in this, no MIM, it's all bar stock steel. I took it to the range. I don't have the range target with me, sorry, but I took it to the range and it basically shot the dead center out of the target with great ease. It fired my reloads and it fired Federal HST rounds without a problem. There wasn't a single hiccup. The barrel, the way that this weight on the barrel is, keeps the muzzle flip from when you fire it. It doesn't, muzzle doesn't rise as much because the weight keeps the frame down. It just keeps the follow-up shots very, very smooth and on target, especially with that nice ultra crisp trigger. When you fire it, it doesn't throw you around everywhere. So it's a very, very nice carry gun. 7 rounds plus 1, that's 845 ACPs for a carry gun plus a spare mag. I think that's more than enough for a self-defense situation. If you require more than that, you're probably in the wrong place that you don't need to be. The only thing about this gun that I found out the hard way that you got to be careful for is if you're trying to press check it, you have to do it like this. Because if you try and press check it from the front and your hand gets in between here and this weight that comes back, it'll seriously hurt. It hurts a lot. So just be very careful if you're going to press check it. Make sure your hand's clear of it, or just come from the back. And yeah, once again, I absolutely love the firearm. It's going to complement his big brother. Now, before I had this gun, I ended up buying a Nighthawk T3, which was a very nice gun, but it had some issues. And after dealing with Nighthawk's customer service, I basically told him to kick rocks. I mean, there were minor problems, but for what I paid for it, it wasn't worth what I was going for. And let's just say they need to work on their customer service. So basically I sold it and ended up getting this, which I am beyond pleased with. Wilson Combat, the quality of work, the just wonderful attention to detail they do with their guns. They changed the bags on me, which I kind of liked this old design, but I mean they're constantly progressing as a company, so they came up with a new design which is a little bit more plain, but it still comes with all the original goodies, all the stuff that you would want. Let's see, pull this out without messing it up. Yeah, so there's the test target, 15 yards. You can see that they put the gunsmith's names on it that built the gun, and they even put, which since I'm a reloader, they even put, it's kind of hard to see, it's right here, it's the actual load data that they load their rounds to, that they test, that they fire out of. So if you want to mimic what they're getting accuracy wise, they tell you what to load, which is pretty helpful, you know, in my case. Once again, they give you the quality control checklist, which is like 3 pages long almost. So you know that each thing was properly done by hand, nothing was just slapped together. And ironically, they give me an armor tough finish checklist, but the gun's not armor toughed, so there's no real reason. I guess they kind of just throw these in with everybody. It came with a video as well, which was pretty cool. I watched it. It's a DVD, not a VHS like the original, like when this gun came with me. But yeah, I was carrying, actually that's right here. I was carrying this XDS in 9mm, which is a very, very nice gun. It's very, very nice to carry. You almost forget that it's on. But if I had a choice between 7 rounds of 9mm or 7 + 1 of 45 ACP, I would much rather go the 45 ACP, especially from a company like Wilson Combat, because I know that if God forbid I ever do get into a self-defense situation and I'm in the right, you will get your gun back. You may have to wait a minute, but it's just one of those things I'd rather pay for the comfort of mind. I don't know if that makes much sense. Some people will be like, why don't you just get a Colt or get something like that? You know, I kind of put trust in these, and these have never let me down, and that's why I went with the company. So, once again, Wilson Combat Tactical Elite in 45 ACP. Just downright beautiful gun. And if you want one of these, I recommend either getting on a list now or going online and trying to find a dealer, because you're looking at about a 2-year wait. So thank you very much, and goodbye.